This is Mario once again with MIA Microflight. I'm a little bit under the weather. I'm just recovering from a 3 day cold. I caught a cold, and so I'm recuperating. But I'm trying to get back into the motion of things here, just so that I can get my mind off my stuffy nose here. But anyway, so that's why I sound a little funny. I wanted to do this video to capture some of the parts that I just finished not long ago. This is for another order from a very nice customer who has been ordering my quarter scale Quicksilver style RC Ultralights, and this is the third order that I'm working on for him. He requests these kits in particular colors, and so I just make them to his customize them to his liking. This one is a little different because he gave me the freedom to play around with some of the color schemes and geometries of the wing, the color stripes, and so I did that. I may show that in another video because I got to show the CAD model. I don't have the wings just yet completed. They are cut, but they have to be assembled, with the color patterns as per the CAD drawing. So I sent him the drawing, and he was happy with that, and so that's how I've been working with this particular customer. That's typically how I work with customers on a more customized basis. I'm very flexible when it comes to those things because I would also have liked to work with companies, in my younger days when I was looking for these things. Unfortunately, there were no ultralights, microlights, or the caliber that I'm making back in the day when I got started, and that's the reason why I got started making these things. But I would have liked to, have worked with companies. Unfortunately, you just can't expect that from large companies because they don't their procedures and their just their mechanics don't work that way. They have to make a profit, and the way they make profits is by mass production, wholesale, and distribution. And so that's one thing. One of the benefits of being a small company is that you can do this from my point of view as a manufacturer, but also the customer has the option, to work with me on a one-to-one basis. And so it's not for everybody. This is for customers that are more inclined to the customized models, and these particular ones are unique, as you may have seen my work, throughout the years since I've been operating under MIA Microflight. I've been started back in 1999. So these are some of the parts. These are actually they're not going to show in these videos. It doesn't really show the actual color of the 3D printed material, but this is a neon. It's called a neon orange or a hot orange. Uh, and this the customer wanted in a neon orange to match the wing, which is done in white, made a white sail with a neon orange stripe and a sort of a neon blue stripe. So he's got neon blue, neon orange for the stripes, and a white sail for the sail. Similar on the tail surfaces, the stabilizer. So, like I said, I really like this customer because he allows me the room to get creative with some of these colors. And once I'm done playing with the geometries, I just send him a photograph of the CAD model, and we go from there. But it's been great, just working with this customer on those bases, and I really enjoyed making these for him. This is not on my website. It's my 1/5 scale kits are. So this is more of a sort of a custom order. You're going to have to, if you want something like this in quarter scale, you're going to have to contact me and just send me an email, and I will send you the total cost for the kit. This is not, like I said, on my website, and you're not going to find this. But it's very much the same architecture as the Quicksilver 1/5 scale. This is an 8-foot wing span, and you've seen my particular one, the white, yellow, blue, red stripe aircraft that I showed, and actually that was the catalyst for customers requesting that I make these in that scale for them. I wasn't planning on making core scale size kits, but I had several requests from customers that they wanted this, and so I didn't want to let them down, and so I started making these. I already had the model already. I just had to solidify the patterns, to kind of tweak the patterns a little bit here and there. And finally, all these parts, even these parts, I had to tweak. You'll see some interesting parts here. The wheels, of course, I started doing my own wheels, my own wheel hubs. The the motor bracket is something new. I was doing this in just an aluminum bent um, stock flat stock aluminum material, but I decided to do this just to have a little more geometry embedded into the motor bracket. These are all PETG parts, so it's a very it's more durable than PLA. I really like this material that I got from this company. It's printing out really nice on my Anycubic i3 Megas, as I show in my other videos. I really love my Anycubic i3 Megas for this type of work. They have been workhorses since I got them, since they were released, and I can't say enough about the i3 Megas. They have been working for me. I did some very slight modifications to the machines just to make them a little more efficient. But the machines, as they are, they're good workhorse machines. If you have an i3 Mega, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from. Um, the Yeah, so even these parts right here, I was saying I modify them slightly. You can see that this is a little more conical instead of the traditional ones that were flat like that I use on my 1/5 scale um, size ultralights. These are the thumb nuts. There's a star nut, which is basically a nut with a star washer embedded in the same nut assembly that gets pressed here, and it's retained just by nature of the design of this particular part. That with I do that on a press, and so that retains the nut right there, and so this becomes my thumb nut, to easily remove the wing. And what I've been doing on these quarter scale RC ultralights is I've been including 1, 2, 3. You need 3 for the wing, for the top of the wing, to support the wing at the 3 points, as typically with a 1/5 scale. And I supply 3 other ones just because I print these in sets of 3. You only need 5 actually, but 1 comes extra. If your customer loses one, he's got that. I mean, it's not a big deal for me, and it doesn't. Really doesn't take that much time, to print these parts. These are the ones that take the most time. This part right, the larger parts, obviously, because there's a greater surface area, that needs to be printed. um, the hubs, I print them in 4 pieces on the larger two wheels, so they require 2 hubs because they're half a hub. 2 of those back to back with the hardware that I include, as you've seen in some other videos. Make up one wheel, complete wheel assembly, and so I need 2 of those, for the rear tires, for the rear wheels, and 1 for the front wheel, which is a little bit smaller. That's why you'll see that those 2 sets there as on their own. We have I print my own wheel collars. I've been doing this in lieu of buying the metal wheel collars that are typically sold over the counter, for radio control models to support or to retain wheels on axles. So I started making my own just because I can, because I think I I really wanted to have my own, so that I can match in the same color that I'm printing the other parts, and it really brings out the kit when you use all these parts as they are used in the ultralight. And so that's the reason why I started doing that, and just to minimize me having to buy these things. I stopped buying wheels. I make my own wheels. I make my own tires now, so everything comes directly from me, and I can control that. And more than control is I can supply a particular a particular aesthetical appeal to the model, which it only comes from MI Microflight, and that's what has that's what has established my company throughout the years. Very very. I do these things from the bottom up. None of this stuff is a copy of anything else. This is from the bottom up. And so it's become these have become very unique products. So these are the parts for this particular customer, and I just wanted to capture this on video. He knows who he is. I already sent him a picture of this to update him on progress of his kit, so he knows who he is. Mario, once again, stay tuned for more.